Hello and welcome to Bodmin College's school report. I'm Holly.
And I am Tyler. Our main headlines for around the Duchy today include drone strikes in Newquay, bomb scares in Fistral and contaminated water supplies.
And in other news, we will also be covering an update to the Zika virus, the growing British film industry and how teens are using social media to battle negative body image.
First up, we are handed over to Henry and Kais in Newquay, who are interviewing local resident Beryl Bartlett about the damage caused to her house by a mistress drone. Over to you, Henry.
Crashed into her house in January. The unmanned flying machine smashed into the 75-year-old Beryl Bartlett's home on Mayfield Road on Saturday afternoon, leaving a gaping hole in her roof. The damage requires significant repair which Miss Bartlett cannot afford. She was unaware of it until her neighbour explained the following day. He also reported seeing a man drive up and collect the drone before driving off again.
Can you describe the events that happened in January?
I was in here Saturday afternoon and I heard a terrific bang and I thought it was my side gate that had blown. I went out and didn't see anything, so I didn't really bother about it. The next morning my neighbour came in and said, "Do you know you've got a hole in your roof?" So I said no. So I went in his place upstairs and I could see I had a hole in the roof. And he said on Saturday some chap had come into his drive and picked up this drone. Well, he didn't notice the hole, so he just left it go at that. Until Sunday morning when he was coming down his stairs, he noticed the hole in the roof. That's when he came and told me. And that's it really. He didn't ask the bloke anything. He didn't know there was a hole. I didn't know there was a hole. And that was it.
Do you have any idea on who the person was?
No idea at all. He couldn't have been that far away. He said that the thing, what he's got in his hand, said it had fallen here. So he knew where to come to pick it up. But other than that, I don't know.
What do you want to be done about it?
Well, I think it's disgusting the way these drones are allowed to fly around built-up areas. Behind me here is an infant school. If it had been a weekday, some children could have been playing there. Could have gone on one of them. It could have caused a lot of damage.
Was the police any help?
None at all. None at all. You can't walk into a police station in Newquay. You have to phone up, which I did. And she wasn't very helpful at all. So no, in the end, I didn't bother with the police.
Next up, we're going over to Sean in the studio, who has an update on the Zika virus and healthcare.
The new and increasing rate of infection of the Zika virus in South America and parts of Central America has been spreading due to the amount of mosquitoes in the moist conditions of the countries. The research of finding a cure for the virus is now a priority as the World Health Organization, WHO, has given it a warning as serious as the Ebola outbreak. A WHO spokesman has said that the people that they should be focusing on are pregnant women and babies. There has been a predicted 4 million cases of the virus in many of the countries in South America. A new discovery by the authorities in Dallas, Texas, has said that one occasion of the Zika virus has been transmitted by sexual contact. The reason for this is that the woman has never travelled to a Zika-infected country. WHO have therefore said that this is extremely rare and has never happened before. However, there has been a new discovery that is becoming more common. The discovery had made scientists believe that the virus has a limited potential, but now it is becoming more common than it might have a larger potential than first predicted. The common means of infection is by the Aedes mosquito. These mosquitoes also transfer the dengue and the chikungunya virus. These mosquitoes are found all across the Americas except from in Canada and Chile because it is too cold for the mosquitoes to survive. This makes these countries a safe place to go if you are pregnant and in South America. The Zika virus has been reported to be in Ireland and Australia. However, these reports have been confirmed as the people have travelled to a Zika-infected country. The symptoms of the Zika virus are as followed: a mild fever, conjunctivitis, headache, joint pain, a rash, muscle aches, and has been discovered to kill brain cells. Deaths are rare and only 1 in 5 people have a chance of actually developing the symptoms. However, a rare nervous symptom called Guillain-Barré syndrome has been linked to it. This can cause temporary paralysis. The Zika virus was discovered in Uganda. It was in monkeys in 1947, but in 1954 the first reported human case was discovered in Nigeria, and then there was several small cases spreading around in Africa, South Asia and the Pacific Islands before Brazil in May 2015. Since Brazil, it has been spreading rapidly around many of the Latin American countries. The 2016 Brazil Olympics has been at risk, as there will be people from nearly every country in the world going to see it. The Brazilian government has taken many precautions to stop any infection of the fans. They are hoping to do this by targeting mosquitoes' breeding grounds, and they are hoping that in August there will be fewer mosquitoes because it will be a cold, dry season. Venezuela has been reporting cases that are a complete contrast to Brazil and Colombia, who report every one of their cases. Venezuelan doctors haven't been reporting many of the cases. The Latin American countries are telling pregnant women to put off having babies until a cure can be found. However, this is a problem in El Salvador, as abortions are illegal and contraception is not widely used. This doesn't give many options for the woman. The United States Center for Disease Control have warned pregnant women from going to these infected countries, as it will be putting the babies at risk from microcephaly. Some scientists have started work on creating genetically modified sterile mosquitoes that have been proven to reduce the mosquitoes by 90%. These are all of the countries that there is a warning about the Zika outbreak: Central and South America, the Caribbean, Africa, Asia and Oceania. The Zika virus has had an increase in people infected. However, the virus can't get into this country by mosquitoes, as it is too cold for the mosquitoes, and a sexual transmission is becoming more common. It's meaning that there is more likely to infect country without any of the mosquitoes.
Action. We are now back in the studio with James and Sean, and breaking news on an unexploded bomb found in Newquay.
Yesterday on Bristol Beach in Newquay, an unexploded Navy bomb, possibly from World War II, was discovered and safely detonated.
The police received a phone call from a member of the public claiming to have found a long cone-shaped suspicious object.
The police sent out an EOD, Army Bomb Disposal Unit, of officers to guard the area and make sure it was safe for the rest of the public.
It turns out the object was indeed an unexploded old Navy bomb. The EOD safely detonated it on the beach.
Thank you to the Corners Guardian for letting us use their pictures. Back to the studio.
Next up, Kieran with a local story over concerns about the water supply.
Thousands of people across the West Country could be drinking water that's radioactive due to the release of radium, which is a radioactive gas. Radium is a gas that easily dissolves into water in the ground, where it can be extracted by wells and boreholes. It has a half-life of 3.8 days and is common in Cornwall, Bedrock and the rocks in Dartmoor in Devon. Many houses have already been tested for radon and pumps fitted to remove gas if the levels are high. Radon is mostly around Cornwall and Devon, with many of their homes above the action level, with these levels gradually increasing.
How can radon have an effect on the human body?
Well, radon is a radioactive isotope, and it's often found in gas form because it's released by uranium deposits in rocks. So if you breathe in radon, it can cause damage to the lungs, by emitting alpha particles, which is a type of radiation. If you have a high dose of radiation, this can increase the risk of cancer. And that's why it's a worry if you were exposed to a high amount of radon gas. Or if the radon gas was dissolved in water, you wouldn't want to be drinking lots of water with radon in it.